What's up guys, Jeff here from Livestream Trading. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to connect TradingView to your live brokerage account and trade live futures, crypto, and even stocks if you want directly through the TradingView platform. Stay tuned guys, lots of content in this video and I'm excited to share it. Welcome back everybody. So the first thing we're going to do is we've opened obviously the TradingView platform. You can see chart here on the left side. On the right side here we have the DOM, that's the depth of market. Looks a little bit different than a level 2. It's more like a ladder format. These are the bids on the left, ask is on the right. And what we're going to do first is click on the trading panel, and that will open up the list of brokerages that you can connect to. You might see some familiar ones in there like Interactive Brokers. For the purpose of today, I trade futures, so I'm using the Iron Beam futures brokerage, and highly recommend them. Very good brokerage for trading futures. There's more information on them in the link below in the description, so we can do another video on them at another time. For now, we're just going to connect to that brokerage by clicking the connect button. This is just letting us know that the enabled brackets can cancel create an existing current orders. What that means essentially, guys, is that if you have a 5 contract position and you have a bracket order in with a profit and a stop loss, if you use market orders to enter or exit your position, before those brackets are filled, it'll automatically change the values of those brackets to reflect the current trading size that you have, which I think is actually a really, really good feature, and I'll show you how that works later. But for the purpose of this video, you can see I'm connected to Iron Beam Live here, but for the purpose of this video, guys, we're actually going to use the paper trading account because I'm going to be executing some trades and I won't actually have any legitimate setups during the video. So you can just click on the paper trading account. That'll bring you to, and you can see I've already kind of messed around with this a little bit just to see how it operates, and I wanted to compare it versus the live one, and it did perform very similarly to the live one. There's one little difference that I'll discuss with you guys later so you can get a good idea if this is going to be the right option for you in terms of your trading. So again, we have charts on the left up here. We have the DOM, depth of market, on the right, count details down here, and position summary will be down here once we enter a position. There's a few different ways that you can go about entering a position with the TradingView platform. One simply is just right-clicking on the chart, going to trade, and then buy or sell to long or short. You can also opt to just create a new order like this, where it'll bring up a very nice little menu here that you can choose the price of the order that you want. In this case, we could say, for example, maybe 41.78. We want to buy 10 contracts. So I could just go 41.78. Here's the thing that I love about this platform is you can put a bracketed take profit and stop loss order at the same time as your limit or limit order. And what it shows you also is if you know where your stop loss is going to be, in this case, let's say 25 ticks below where I'm buying, it'll show you exactly the dollar risk, the exact amount of money that you'd be risking if that stop loss hits, and even more importantly, the percentage of your account that you're risking. So if I were to buy 10 units, the risk would be $300 if the stop loss is 24 cents away. So let's go ahead and hit buy. And 3 things are going to happen here. So one, you can see my buy limit is sitting on the bid at 41.77. You can see it over here in the DOM as well, the DOM. You can see my take profit order up here and my stop loss order down here for the $300 risk. Here's a few great things about this platform. Number one, if I want to change where my limit order is to buy, if I feel like I want to get in now, I could slide it up over the ask, let go, and it'll put me in the trade right away. So that just bought me into the trade. If I want to move my stop up, it'll show you how much I'm risking new. When I slide the stop up, you can see I just moved it up to this support here for a $175 risk. And I can move my take profit down. You can see now I'm risking 175 to make 350. Very, very smooth in terms of the ability to just drag stuff around and enter and exit positions. If I want to exit at market, I can just sell market. That'll execute instantly and erase all orders. If I want to buy at market, just hit buy, buy, in right away. Now look at this. I'm in a position, 10 contracts long. I can just slide the stop loss down like that, hit modify, and it'll put my stop in right there. I always use hard stops when I'm trading futures. It's not something I used to do when I traded stocks because the liquidity wasn't there. I love, love, love being able to use these bracketed orders when I'm trading futures and always have a hard stop in the market. So the first thing you do, let's exit this position and let's actually go short. Going to sell market, short. Let's go 20 contracts. So it looks like this trend is about to break. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a stop loss above the previous highs. You can see that is the first thing I do when I get in a trade, and I like to put a take profit order down below. So you can see right now I'd be risking $450. If this filled down here, I'd make $650. I'd probably be looking for a little more than that. But here's what I'm going to do. You can see I got the 20 units stop loss above. I got the 20 units take profit below. And when you go in the DOM, you'll see these orders here. So as I mentioned earlier, you can slide them around nice and easy like that. If I choose that I want to spread out some orders, and I do this a lot, I'll start putting out some bids like this, just clicking on the DOM where I want them. And they don't have to be precise in the beginning, because what I can do is I can now drag these around and choose where I want to put them. So let's say my final target for this one was all the way down here. So that's where the final target would go. And I want to sort of cover 2 contracts at a time on the way down after this flushes. This would be the way to do that. And the way that the automatic brackets work is that when these 2 unit orders get filled, it'll change the bracket to my current position size, and I love that. That way, if I leave the computer right now with this open, the worst thing that can happen is I'll take the $450 stop, but the best thing that could happen is if it starts to fill these orders, it won't fill me for 20 shares or contracts down here. It would only fill me for the remaining amount of contracts I have, which in this case of all 6 of these filled, I would have 14 contracts remaining. So let's see if one of these or actually I'll just show you this way. Let's get one of those filled right now. I'm just going to move it up on the bid. And when that hits my 2 contract order, these brackets will go down to now 18. So you can't leave the computer, get some fills down here, and then end up getting long. And that's what I love about this. You've probably done that before, where you have too many orders out in the bid, and it takes you from a short position to a long position unintentionally. So this is a really, really good safeguard for your account. And I think it's just a wonderful feature of this platform. Those 2 shares or contracts are about to fill. And watch when they fill, you're going to notice that this turns into an 18, meaning that it's not going to take me out of this position and put me in a new one if I leave the computer. It's going to simply just change the amount. I'm going to move that up a little bit so we do get a fill here. We'll just give it 1 second. It looks like it's going to flush anyway. So yeah, that just filled 2. So you can see now it's 18. So if it comes up and it hits my stop now, it'll cancel everything, and I'll have nothing in the market. I could walk away from the computer right now and be confident that it's either going to stop me and everything's going to get canceled and I'm not going to get filled any more orders, which is beautiful, or it's going to start tagging my take profit orders down below, which we're going to start sliding up here. And maybe we'll put like a slightly bigger one here in the middle and just start spreading out some buy orders, but just keeping that big bracket in there so that if something goes wrong, I'm going to get filled, I'm going to get out of the trade, and I know exactly what I'm risking. There obviously could be a time where there might be some slippage, so this isn't an exact figure, but there's not much slippage in futures compared to like stocks and especially small caps. So look, I'm going to put some orders out here to catch this flush, and let's see how many of them fill. And then again, just keep an eye on this bracket order. So notice as these start to fill, the size of the bracket order is going to go down. And any moment here, guys, we should see a decent sized flush, and some of these orders should start filling for us. Just going to stick them all together there, see if we get one deep flush and get some big profits in. I'll move this down to a little bit more of a reasonable level for the bracket. Listen, let's say that now I've decided, all right, I've got a couple sells and I want to almost eliminate my risk. I could just decide to move my bracket order, my stop loss, just above the high of that previous candle. And now the risk is only $67 with a big potential for gain here, as you can see. I do think in this scenario that is too tight. The stop should still be up here at around $380 risk, so we're just going to move it back. And let's see if the sellers can take over here and push this. The key area that needs to break for this to move lower is going to actually be under 41.75.75. And just while we're waiting for this move to happen, guys, I'm just going to show you some other things quickly. So let's just say that I decide at this point that I don't think this flush is going to happen, and I want to reduce and take some profit. I don't have to use limit orders. I could just use a market buy. And you'll notice that my bracket has now gone down to, I bought 2 units to cover short. So now my bracket has gone down to 16. So no matter what happens here, I just love the way that these bracket orders work. I think it's really, really good for new traders too to understand how much they're risking per trade. Very, very helpful stuff there. Let's see if the sellers can step in here and get us some of these targets down below. So let's say, guys, for the sake of argument while we're waiting here, that I want to add a little bit to my short position into the next pop. Typically not something I do with my own personal trading, but just as a demonstration, we can right click and create a new order, or we can find the level on the DOM that I want to short. So let's say that I want to grab a couple more short contracts at 41.7950. Just find it over here, click on it. Let's say I want to add 5, hit those in there and hit sell. If those 5 orders fill, it'll automatically change my bracket to 21. It'll move my stop up, and it'll really help me to just completely autopilot this position and not have to worry about the stop filling more than my current position. Again, really like that feature. I don't think that 5 is going to fill there. So if I want to cancel an order, just hit the X and cancel it. Really simple. We're going to need a little more time here for this market to get the move I'm looking for, but we're getting close. So let's see if we can get this fill. Okay, guys, so we got a little break of support there. We didn't get a whole lot of sell pressure come in. So let's say now I've decided, okay, this is it. This either needs to go now or I want to exit my position for a very minimal loss. This is where I can slide that top of the bracket, the stop loss down, only 4 ticks for my entry. Now there's barely any risk on this trade, just $80. We've already locked in a few contracts. Now let's see if the buyers can step up and take me out so you can see how it eliminates all these limit orders, and I could just completely kick my feet up and not worry about anything extra happening that I'm not expecting. So let's say, guys, that now I'm kind of convinced that the sellers are going to step back in and I want to add a few more shares to my position. You can see my stop loss is there for 16 on the DOM, but it looks like it's going to roll now. So I'm going to hit sell and it's going to sell market. That brought my bracket up to now 21 units, $148 risk. The bottom of the bracket, $1,000 gain. Obviously, it won't be $1,000 because I have all these orders down below, but let's watch some of these orders get filled into the flush. And you'll hear some jingles coming from my platform when those orders fill. Down here in the position summary, you can see I'm up $166 on this simulated trade. But this is exactly the way I'd handle it in a live situation as well. I'd have targets put out at certain levels based on my system to take partial profits into these flushes if I'm short, vice versa if I'm long. And if you look down here on the DOM, you can see my orders waiting 41.75.25, 41.74.25. Let's say I want to move this 41.73 up a little bit. I could either just click it and drag it up there, or I could just move it up like this and hit modify order. So the first one just filled. You can see now we're up to 92. Let's get that 6 orders to fill, 6 contracts to fill down below here. Now let's say for the sake of argument, guys, I'm like, okay, I don't think that those 6 are going to fill. I have 2 options. One is I could move them up and then see if they fill at a higher price. Or what I often do is I'm watching closely, and if I feel like the tape is starting to turn and the buyers are starting to kick in, I could just hit buy market and exit the position that way. But let's wait and see if we can get a fill in the bid because I think this is going lower. We'll try for 41.74.25. You can see it touched me, but it didn't fill me. So pretty realistic the way that this behaves for what would be a paper trading account. But with the live account, the only difference, guys, and I want to make this abundantly clear for you so you get a really good picture of how this platform works. When I trade live through Iron Beam, the market orders execute immediately, but the limit orders do take some time to hit the market. And what I mean by that is if I put a bid limit for 2 more contracts here, let's say, at 41.72.25, on this platform, it shows up immediately. On the live platform, there is about a 2 to 3 second delay before those limit orders hit the market. So that's something to really consider if you're going to use this as your main trading platform. Also, some brokerages don't allow you to actually trade on mobile with TradingView. So some of them do have mobile trading with TradingView, some of them don't. Currently, Iron Beam does not support mobile trading with the TradingView platform. They only offer it through their free platform and through some of the other platforms that also support it. It's just not currently integrated with the TradingView platform. So again, really easy to move things around. Just going to slide some orders around. Let's bring that 2 up. Let's bring this 2 up. It's actually more of a bullish market structure today, but we were just really extended, so we were due for a pullback is why I took that short, and also mainly just to show you guys how the order management works and stuff like that. But this is generally how I would trade live with it too, limiting my risk as much as possible and putting myself in positions where I can take partial profits and try to trail for bigger wins. Here comes another fill here for 2 contracts at 41.73.75. You can see that even with the paper platform, it does wait till the entire level is broken to fill you. So it does give you a little bit of a realistic fill. And again, I think this is a really, really good way to practice trading futures and just run your strategy on it, see how it works for you, see if you're noticing, like I do, that it's a lot better to trade than small caps, and that you can really, there's so much more liquidity and volume. It's just very, very, it's an absolute pleasure for scaling your strategy. And it's just really easy to manage positions with it. So you can see that now I've covered enough more shares, more than half of my position. So the bracket order is now changed to only 11 shares remaining. Again, just love this. If it fills the 4 here, it has 7 left. And then if it fills the bracket order at the bottom, it'll cancel everything and I'll be clear. So yeah, just really, really, really clever the way that this platform's set up for that. I think it's absolutely wonderful for the newer trader that wants to make sure that they don't get stuck in positions, just to, have an extra safeguard. I think it's great for those traders also to know what their dollar risk is versus their stop, being able to easily slide around. The only downside, like I said, is when you do modify an order with the live platform, there is a 2 to 3 second delay, but the market orders always work right away. So if you moved it up and then it's kind of delaying that 2 to 3 seconds, you can still hit buy market and get out right away. You can also opt to not have this order panel pop up if you want to be quick and just get in and out without having to press OK. I think it's pretty quick to be able to just hit like that, hit buy. I don't have any issue with that. But the whole purpose of me getting this TradingView platform was really just to test it out and be able to give you guys some insights on what I think about it. I am going to be switching back to Iron Beam's live platform. They're coming out with a new update that actually is integrating chart trading, which I love. Love trading off the charts. Was never able to do it with stocks. I think it's an absolute blast to trade off the charts with futures. Let's see if we can stick another order down here for 2 more. And again, I can just slide this around. I can find levels on the chart that I think I like. So let's say it breaks that support at 41.75 and I want to fill below it. Let's put it down there. And what you'll also notice is that the current P&L that's showing is my current P&L open on the trade. I've actually realized a lot more than what's showing there. So that's a little different than stocks too. I think with stocks, typically you'll see your closed P&L and then the open P&L. This is always showing the open P&L, so that might take a little bit of getting used to. Because with the amount of contracts I've had, I've already locked in hundreds of dollars of profit, but you don't really see that in the position summary, but you'll see it down here because I started with, I think, $102,002 before this video began. We're about to fill another 2 contract order on the bid, and there it goes. So now I'm just down to 5 contracts remaining. Let's say for the rest of this, I don't want to have any more partial sells. I just want to go completely down to in the money stop, 1 tick above that lower high, and this will show you how it'll take me out of the position if my stop gets triggered. And guys, when this gets hit, I have to run because we're about to get a real trade on Livestream trading. Let's go ahead and wrap this up by putting out our final bracket. Again, I just modified the position of it to get me a fill a little sooner. And again, you can see my stop loss order up here. Easy click and drag, just beautiful platform. Also, one thing that I really, really like, and I recommend paying attention to this, is let's say that you're buying a new position. So you just click on the DOM at the bid there, and you put in how many units you want to buy. Before you take the position, you can set up a take profit and stop loss. Let's say sometimes what I'll do is I'll just put like a any sort of anything in there just to start, and then I'll have to drag it around to see where the levels are I actually want to use. But what I really like is you have the levels already set that you're going to use, which you should before every trade. You'll see the dollar amount of risk in here and the percentage of your account. You should never really risk more than 1 to 2% of your account in any given trade, right? So shows you the risk percentage over here. Okay guys, I need to get back to live trading, so we're going to slide up this bracket, get out of this trade, and you'll notice that once my 5 units gets filled, there we go, it cancels everything. So there's no chance that I'm gonna walk away from my computer and accidentally end up in a position. Again, that is a lovely feature. The takeaways from this video, guys, are again, you can use this platform for trading stocks and futures if your broker supports it. I've never tried trading stocks with it. I believe you can through Interactive Brokers. I don't trade cryptocurrencies, but this is, I think, a platform that a lot of people prefer to use when they're trading crypto. Futures trading, not as popular. There's a lot of other options out there that I'll be reviewing, such as NinjaTrader, in-house platforms that these brokers offer. Sierra Chart is a really, really good one. There's a lot of more robust platforms out there that are much better in theory than TradingView, but I think TradingView is a lovely little platform for the beginner future trader, or for the guy that just wants to have these lovely features with the enabled brackets, not have to worry too much about the market getting away from you with those brackets. And if you love their charts, it'll allow you to trade right off their charts. So a lot of great benefits to this platform. And again, I would recommend it, especially starting out, to start with the paper trading and get a feel for how the market behaves with it. Get used to putting orders in and out of the market. Get used to dragging things around. Get used to placing limit orders. Get used to sliding your brackets around so you can put take profit and stop loss orders out. Again, you can do that before you even enter a position, just like that. So I'm going to have a limit out and already have the brackets out with my stop loss and targets. Again, really beautiful platform, guys. Cancel all to get rid of those orders. Always, before you leave your computer screen, make sure that you hit cancel all to get rid of those orders. But I find that with this, it's a little easier to remember you have orders in the market, because when you do, you'll see them on the chart. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. I do have to run. We got some live trading to do this afternoon on a Friday. Looks like the market's going to dip down here. We're going to try to catch it coming back around when the bulls step back up in the power hour. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing future videos on other trading platforms and brokerages, mainly related to futures. So stick around, and we'll see you guys soon. Have a great weekend, guys. Cheers.